Welcome to our channel Inspirational People. Today we are back with our special video of the music group that rocked the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Many years have passed since they disbanded, but their music rocks mostly during festive season. This is Boney M. As I normally say, before we get any further, please subscribe and click that bell to get notified whenever we post new videos, and lastly give it a thumbs up. The story of Boney M is one of resilience, creativity, and international success, born out of unlikely circumstances. This disco phenomenon of the 1970s and 1980s captivated the world with their infectious rhythms and captivating performances. Behind the glitter and glamour, their journey is a tale of determination and breaking barriers. Boney M was the brainchild of German producer Frank Farian, who recorded the first hit, Baby Do You Wanna Bump, as a solo project in 1974. When the song started gaining attention, Farian realized he needed a group to represent the sound. He assembled a diverse lineup featuring 4 talented individuals: Liz Mitchell, Marsha Barrett, Maisie Williams, and Bobby Farrell. Each member brought a unique cultural heritage, hailing from the Caribbean, and their vibrant energy became a hallmark of the group. The members faced skepticism in the European music industry. As Afro-Caribbean performers trying to break into a predominantly white market, they were often met with prejudice and dismissed as a gimmick. However, they embraced their diversity and used their infectious energy to win over audiences worldwide. Bobby Farrell, the group's charismatic dancer, was a particular standout. Though he did not perform the male vocals, which were sung by Farian, his dynamic stage presence and flamboyant personality made him an unforgettable figure. His story of coming from Aruba to chase a dream in Europe inspired countless people from humble beginnings. Boney M became a household name with hits like Rivers of Babylon, Jingle Bells, Feliz Navidad, and Daddy Cool. Their music combined disco, reggae, and pop influences, reflecting their diverse backgrounds. The lyrics often carried themes of unity, resilience, and social consciousness. Rivers of Babylon, for example, adapted biblical psalms to convey hope and perseverance. Their success transcended barriers. In a Cold War era defined by division, Boney M became one of the few Western acts to perform in the Soviet Union, drawing massive crowds and spreading their message of joy and unity. Despite their global fame, the group faced internal struggles. Disputes over royalties, creative control, and the use of Farian's pre-recorded vocals created tension. Bobby Farrell's personal struggles, including financial hardship later in life, were a reminder of the challenges artists often face beyond the spotlight. Yet, the members of Boney M never lost their connection to their roots or their fans. Liz Mitchell, often regarded as the voice of Boney M, continued to perform and inspire audiences with her unwavering passion for music. Boney M's story is a testament to the power of music to bridge cultures and bring people together. Their songs remain timeless, still filling dance floors and bringing smiles to listeners decades later. The group proved that diversity is a strength, and their ability to turn challenges into opportunities serves as an enduring inspiration. Their journey reminds us that no matter where you come from or what obstacles you face, passion, creativity, and determination can lead to greatness. In the heart of Berlin, under the dim glow of street lamps and the hum of the 1970s disco scene, a group of strangers stood on the precipice of a revolution they couldn't yet comprehend. Liz Mitchell gripped the strap of her tattered handbag as she stepped into the small, smoky rehearsal studio. Her heart pounded, not from fear but from something more elusive, a sense of destiny. She had arrived in Germany from Jamaica years earlier, chasing the faint dream of a better life. The cold winters and unkind stares had chipped away at her spirit, but not her voice. That, she kept polished like a precious gem. Tonight, that voice would meet 3 others, strangers whose lives would entwine with hers in ways none of them could foresee. At the center of the room was Frank Farian, a wiry man with a shock of blonde hair and a piercing gaze that seemed to see potential where others saw none. His hand rested on the mixing console like a captain at the helm of a ship. "You're here for more than a paycheck," he said, his German accent sharp but laced with an undertone of sincerity. "You're here to make people feel alive." Liz nodded, her throat dry. Across from her stood Maisie Williams, tall and poised, with a gaze that could cut through steel. Maisie had come from Montserrat, carrying with her the fire of her ancestors and a determination that had seen her through countless closed doors in the modeling and music industries. Beside her was Marsha Barrett, another Jamaican who had already tasted a morsel of fame in London but hungered for more. And then there was Bobby Farrell, the wild card, a dancer from Aruba with a flair for the theatrical, who moved like a tempest but spoke with an unexpected softness. They were an unlikely quartet, brought together by Farian's vision and bound by their shared experiences of struggle and displacement. In a city still healing from the scars of war, they were outsiders, their accents and skin tones marking them as different. Yet, in this cramped studio, under the hum of equipment and the tentative strum of a bass line, something electric crackled between them. Farian leaned forward, his eyes gleaming. "We'll start with Baby Do You Wanna Bump. It's just a start, but it's going to be big. Bigger than you think." Liz looked at the sheet music in front of her, then at the others. Doubt swirled in her mind, but so did hope. She had heard stories of people who rose from nothing, who turned their struggles into symphonies. Maybe, just maybe, this was her chance to become one of them. As the first notes echoed through the studio, the four of them began to sing, their voices weaving together like threads in a tapestry. It wasn't perfect, not yet, but it was enough to make Liz believe in the possibility of something extraordinary. What none of them knew was that this moment would be the first step in a journey that would take them to the heights of fame and the depths of despair. It was the beginning of Boney M, a band that would defy expectations, cross boundaries, and leave a legacy that would echo through generations. And it all started here, in this tiny Berlin studio, with a song, a dream, and four people daring to hope. The studio buzzed with energy as the group rehearsed. At first, they struggled to find harmony, not just musically, but personally. Each member carried their own history, their own burdens. Liz often reflected on her childhood in Clarendon, Jamaica, where music was her escape from a world of scarcity. Maisie, bold and confident, would often clash with Bobby, whose unpredictable nature both inspired and irritated the group. Marsha, the quiet peacemaker, served as the glue, soothing egos and encouraging collaboration. Farian was both a guide and a taskmaster. He knew what he wanted, a sound that was fresh yet timeless, a group that could transcend borders and appeal to audiences worldwide. "You're not just singers or dancers," he told them one evening after a long day of rehearsals. "You're storytellers. Your energy, your movements, your voices, they have to tell a story people can feel, no matter where they're from." After weeks of grueling practice, the group recorded Baby Do You Wanna Bump. The song was released, and though it didn't become an immediate sensation, it garnered enough attention to encourage Farian to keep pushing. The group, however, was still unsure of their future. They didn't yet see themselves as stars, but something was beginning to shift. Their chemistry, on and off the stage, was undeniable. The real breakthrough came in 1976 with the release of Daddy Cool. The infectious rhythm, combined with Bobby Farrell's electrifying dance moves, made the song an instant hit. It climbed the charts across Europe, and suddenly, Boney M was the name on everyone's lips. For Liz, hearing their song on the radio for the first time was surreal. "We've done it," she whispered to Maisie during a quiet moment backstage before a performance. Maisie smiled, her usual confidence tempered by the weight of the moment. "No," she said, "we're just getting started." The success of Daddy Cool catapulted them into the limelight, but it also brought challenges. Farian's approach to the music industry, using studio singers to enhance recordings, sparked criticism. Though Liz and Marsha's vocals were prominent, Bobby's voice was replaced by Farian's on the records. Bobby, ever the performer, embraced his role as the group's visual focal point, but the tension simmered beneath the surface. Despite the challenges, Boney M followed up with hit after hit, Jingle Bells, Mary's Boy Child, and Rivers of Babylon, the latter becoming one of their most iconic songs. The group toured relentlessly, performing to sold-out crowds across Europe, Asia, and even the Soviet Union, a rare achievement for a Western act during the Cold War. Fame brought wealth and adoration, but it also brought strain. The grueling schedule took its toll on the group. Bobby, whose fiery charisma on stage masked a more sensitive side, began to struggle with the pressures of fame. His unpredictable behavior sometimes caused friction within the group, but his presence was undeniably magnetic. Liz, the steady heart of the group, often found herself acting as a mediator, trying to keep the group united. Their success also exposed them to the darker side of the industry. Financial disputes arose as the group began to question their earnings compared to the revenue their music was generating. Farian's control over the group's image and sound became a point of contention. They were stars, but they weren't entirely free. Despite these challenges, the group continued to produce hits, their music resonating with audiences worldwide. Songs like Rasputin and Gotta Go Home cemented their legacy as disco icons. Their music wasn't just entertainment, it was a celebration of life, a burst of joy in a world that often felt heavy. By the early 1980s, disco was waning, and so was Boney M's dominance. Internal conflicts and changing musical trends made it harder to maintain their momentum. Bobby was eventually dismissed from the group, a decision that left a lasting scar. "We were a family," Liz said in an interview years later. "Even when things were difficult, we were connected. Losing Bobby was like losing a part of ourselves." Without Bobby, the group struggled to recapture the magic that had made them a global phenomenon. Farian's influence waned as the group sought more creative control, but the cracks were already too deep. By 1986, Boney M disbanded, their era seemingly over. For Bobby, life after Boney M was a series of highs and lows. He continued to perform but struggled financially. His untimely death in 2010 was a tragic reminder of the challenges artists often face after the spotlight fades. Though their time in the limelight was brief, Boney M's impact was enduring. Their music transcended generations, finding new life in remixes, covers, and nostalgia-fueled celebrations. Liz Mitchell continued to perform under the Boney M name, keeping the spirit of the group alive. For her, it wasn't just about the music, it was about the joy and connection it brought to people. Boney M's story is one of resilience and reinvention. They were more than just a disco group, they were a symbol of unity, their diverse backgrounds reflecting a world that was learning to embrace difference. Their music, a blend of Caribbean rhythms, European sensibilities, and universal themes, remains a testament to the power of collaboration and creativity. In a quiet moment, Liz Mitchell reflected on the journey that had brought her from the dusty streets of Jamaica to the glittering stages of the world. "We weren't perfect," she said. "We had our struggles, our disagreements. But when we were on that stage, it was magic." And that's what people remember, the magic. Today, during every Christmas season at the end of every year, Liz Mitchell, mostly regarded as the voice of Boney M, stages concerts and performs on events worldwide to keep their legacy alive. By doing so, the rhythm of Boney M lives on, a beacon of hope, joy, and the unbreakable human spirit. That's the inspirational story of Boney M. Let me take this opportunity to wish all our viewers and subscribers a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Inspirational People to help us make more videos like this.